Hello everyone, my name is Adam Notstein. I'm here in Rich Kincaid's place as today we see the Farmington Falcons take on the Bloomfield Hoods Black Hawks. In the second game of their conference play, the Black Hawks are on a 0-3 stretch. They have let up a lot of points, 27, 15, 21 points in the last three games, losing three of those, while the Farmington Falcons are 1-2 right now, looking to go 500. And looking to go 500 in the OAA White Conference as well. It's going to be an offensive game today as the Falcons, they've scored 52 points against Henry Ford in the first game of the year. They also scored 18 against a very good Reeds Puther team, as well as 7 against Groves. They haven't let up a lot of points in those few games. They've only let up maybe 56, 66 points in those past few games. So I really think it's going to be an offensive powerhouse for Farmington. And then the Blackhawks are going to come in. They're going to try to have to stop them. And we got Jeremiah Axe at quarterback. And then you're going to hear this name a lot, Cameron Pettaway, as he's the main running back. If you can contain Pettaway, though, the Blackhawks will be in good shape. As the Blackhawks receive the kick, it's number 21. And he tries to cut over, and he's tackled around the 35-yard line. Number 21, Edwards Chris, gets the ball.
Chris Edwards taken down by number 10.
They did a little pooch kick, which I find interesting on the first kick of the game. But the Blackhawks are coming out today, and they're going to try to get up some points. Both schools are around the same size and a little bit far away, but they're both in the OAA White Conference. Last year, the Blackhawks went 3-6. And they're trying to improve a little bit this year. But the Farmington Falcons, they're trying to go for another playoff spot like they did last year when they had a 6-4 record, going 600. I believe they won a playoff game as well. Little handoff back to number 2. Go Gavin. As he is tackled down at the 30-yard line, he gets about a 7-yard gain on the play.
And a handoff made by Jace Reed, tackled by number 10.
Number 10 on the tackle, Jane Van, both a wide receiver and a defensive back, a junior. I believe he got a few catches the last time that they played, and I was in the box with Rich. I'm taking Rich's place today because he is at his 50-year high school anniversary. So I'm taking over, and hopefully I can do this a few more. Reunion, there we go. I have the director talking into my head right now, and he can tell me basically everything is 11 drop sack. The pass it is incomplete. Try to go about the 40-yard line. Attempted for Coke Gavin again.
Intended for number 19, Peyton Parson. Mikey Woods from Farmington on the coverage.
3rd and 4, it'll be interesting to see if they go back to another pass play or if they try to run the ball again. They got a good yardage on that first run. But Farmington does have some big guys up front which will be able to stop, especially Sammy Ramsey. I used to play football with him back in 8th grade, maybe freshman year coming up to that, and he was just a beast. He could take on a double team at the same time, just throw both these guys out. It looks like they are going to be passing, though. As he takes the snap, fumbles a little bit, and is passed over, number 19 on the catch. And he gets brought down by Blaze Farmington. What a name. Going to Farmington, named Blaze Farmington. Peyton Parson is the receiver on that play as they pick up a first down around the 45-yard line. So far, 2 plays for about 14 yards, both getting 7. 1 pass, 1 run, and then they also threw an incomplete pass. The quarterback, Crossley Kieran, for the Blackhawks. Reed Jace is lined up in the backfield again. As Coke Gavin's in motion, it's a QB keeper, and he gets about 12 yards on the play, bringing him up to the 50-yard line. Crossley Kieran again.
Kieran Crossley with a QB sneak. Number 21, Trenton Darden with the tackle.
Trenton Darden makes the tackle on that play. They're at the 50-yard line. They got the ball about the 25. So far, a nice drive. They've really done this in 3 plays that picked up more than 5 yards each play. And flag on the play. Probably a jump by the offensive line of the Blackhawks. It's a false start as the Referee says it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, going to bring him to
False
first
start
and
on the
15
offense on the Blackhawks.
at the 45. So
5
far,
yards
the
on
Falcons
play.
defense really has not gotten really any big stops, haven't stuffed them at the line. They got an incompletion, but that's really it. They're looking like they're in the same formation as that last play where they jumped. They may be running the same play. The quarterback takes it again. He gets to the outside. He's going to get 15 yards in the play as he's pushed out of bounds.
Number 11, Kieran Crossley.
Kieran Crossley on the carry again. He picks up another 15 yards. They've just been moving on the ground against this Falcons defense. Seeing the replay, he just goes out right and he's got the blockers. Number 2 lays down a very nice block on that man. Put him to the ground. And all he's got to do is just run forward. And number 21, Trenton Darden on the tackle. But not in time until they get the first down. F7 has arrived in the building, carrying their flag. It looks like they are in a tropical theme today. We had that at North Farmington. Oh, the fumble is snapped, and it's picked up on the ground. I believe it's to the Blackhawks still. So referees pull away all the rubbish. And it's still second down.
Fumble on the play.
The Blackhawks did recover. The fumble on the play was just simply a missed snap. I don't even think he was ready for the snap. The snap was on target. I don't think he was ready for it. And it just fell to the ground. Luckily, number 2 was able to just pounce right on top of it. Blackhawks like keeping a person in the backfield to help out with their quarterback, who's also been running today. He takes a snap, good this time. He throws it, completed to number 7. He picks up about 7 yards on the play.
11 with the pass. And
Richard Frankfurt
with
the pass and the completion, bringing him up to the 35-yard line.
Blaise Farrington.
Not about in field goal range, but they're getting close and they are knocking on the door of field goal range as it comes to third down. A first down here will be huge. Huge for the Blackhawks as that puts them in field goal range, then also gives them 4 more downs to get into the end zone. Scoring fast and scoring soon on this Farmington defense is going to be very important for the Blackhawks, especially when they are probably going to be giving up a lot of points as they have in their past few games. Still one person in the backfield, Jace Reed in the backfield. As they hand it off, he's running out to the side again. He cuts up the middle, and he gets the first down about the 31-yard line. Kieran Crossley again on the ground, picking up the first down. He has been the entirety of their offense today. He has a passing first down and about 3 running first downs as he gets up to the 30-yard line. Tackled on the play by Jaden Lowe, linebacker, a junior. Two people in the backfield this time in the set. They got a fullback out there as they pitch it to number 2, and he cuts up the middle. He gains about 7 yards. Man, they have not been able to stop anyone on the ground today. Jace Reed with another nice little 6-yard pickup. They really, besides for that fumbled snap, this Blackhawks offense has been able to just go right up the middle, right at their guys, test that defensive line, saying, if you can't stop us on the ground, then we're not going to pass, and we're going to keep going on the ground for these chunk yardage plays. And they're in the range right now where they can go for that 4th yard chunk, and they can get a first down really whenever they want on the ground. And there's a timeout on the play. It is going to the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks take their first timeout of the game. Probably not set up right. I always find it confusing why you would take a timeout when there's 6 minutes, 34 seconds left on the clock. You're on your second down. I mean, really, whatever play you run at this distance, it really won't matter because that third down, 3rd and 5, you can do almost anything you want, especially with this offense they've been running and how they've been able to run it right up the middle each of these plays. So but they probably want to get set. They probably have a touchdown play that they really want. Or they may have not had the right guys in. They may have only had 10 guys out there.
And if you're trying to enjoy some weather after the game, Grand Tavern is the local spot for food. Go to Grand Tavern for the local spot for food.
North Farmington Raiders played yesterday. They got their first win of the season over. They got it over somebody. Troy Athens, they got their first win of the season. They scored 22 points, their best offensive showing so far this year. And it's good for them to bounce back after a rough game against Caledonia that they had. That Caledonia game is the reason that Farmington and North Farmington aren't playing this year. The ball is handed off. It's a little cutback play. And he gets about 7 yards on the ground. Gavin Jace Reed again picking up yards. And they are going to give him the first down. It looks close, but they're going to give it to him. He is at the 19-yard line, and they are just pushing up this field. They're down field goal range. I'd feel safe kicking with my guy right here. So they have at least, hopefully they have 3 points on the board as they do a switch of some personnel. I'm interested. This game was pushed up from 7 o'clock to 4 o'clock due to the Rosh Hashanah holiday. I'm going to be celebrating it tomorrow and hopefully today. Hopefully I'm going to be able to celebrate it later as they put a man in motion, hand it off, and he cuts the outside. He's got his edge, and he about got tripped up, but no, he's still on the feet, has feet. As Blake Farmington again with the tackle. Gavin Cote, the guy I've been saying instead of Jace Reed, but Gavin Cote really got the ball this time. And they've got more yardage, about 10 yards. They're in first and goal territory right here. They're looking to punch this in. They're going to probably stay on the ground. I'd be surprised if they pass it here, especially with how good this has been. Again, all they did is they got that outside. They got their blockers out there. Number 2, you've seen him all over the field. He's laying down blocks. Even though he's a running back, he can still lay down those blocks and still get the yardage even when he's not having the ball in his hand. And that's really what's made this Blackhawks offense be able to rush down the field as much as they have been. One man in the backfield. And they run it again. Oh, he is stuffed at the line. 44, Christian Jackson stuffs him up, brings him back 4 yards. That is what Farmington needed right there. They needed that stop. They needed to get him a second down, and they need him to stop running the ball because they only got 2 more downs to get into the end zone. And as you can see, he just got stuffed and brought to the ground. He just exploded through the line, made and wrapped up the tackle. That was a great play. Now the Blackhawks are in second and 13. Trying to get into the end zone, could force them to go away from this running game and back into the passing game where they've completed one pass. They've, I believe, incompleted one pass. They are passing it. And he is sacked again. 40. Darius Alexander brings him back more. What a 1st and 10, looking like an amazing drive, has now turned into a 3rd and 20 going into the goal. And man, he just got blown up. There was no one around him. Even if he didn't get that tackle, number 56 was off that play. Brady Pershua able to make that tackle and make that sack. He had nowhere to go. They bursted through that line fast. This defensive front, they've made up for the running downs, the pass a little bit. Now you know they're passing. This defensive front is going to be able to get to the quarterback. And they are at it again. There's a pass. It's incomplete. Jay and Van on the coverage.
Intended for number 7,
Richard Frankfurt was not near it. Even if he would have caught it, it would have still been out of the end zone. It would have been in the debate if they were going to kick the ball. Now they're debating, are you going to kick the ball here? And it looks like they are. They brought out their kicker, 86. He is not on my roster sheet, but he is out there. I saw him taking warm-ups a little bit later. Interesting, if you look at his shoes right now, he's got one black shoe and one white shoe. Wonder if one shoe is like a soccer cleat, another one's like a football cleat, maybe to get more kick on the ball, maybe to make sure the ball really gets through those uprights. And there's a flag on the play. Luckily there's a flag on the play. That kick was not close. And they are going to move the Blackhawks back another 5 yards, another false start I wonder if they're still going to
Ball
attempt the
start on
kick,
the offense, 5 yards.
or if they are going to bring in their offense, see if they can get maybe see if they can throw one ball up to the end zone. But they are still keeping out that special teams unit. 2 false starts today for the Blackhawks. A lot of these kickers are converted soccer players. They played soccer. Coach of the football team says, hey, you got a good leg. Can you come out here? Can you kick us a few field goals? Had a guy on our JV team that was and the ball is blocked. It is recovered. James Marshall, as he goes up the field, he's at the 30, he's at the 40, he's got blockers in front. And he is tackled at the 35-yard line. What looked like an amazing drive for the Blackhawks turned south as the Falcons were able to flip the field
Christian
position
Jackson with the block. Number 1, James Marshall with the
block
return.
on that play. As he got, and then number 1, James
Tackled by
Marshall,
number 7, Richard
the ball,
Frankfurt.
was able to get it and was able to run some more yards, put the Falcons offense in a great position to score some points. Name we're going to be looking for here is Cameron Petterway. As the quarterback, Jeremiah asks, if Cameron Petterway can break free, if he can get a game today, this Farmington Falcons offense will be unstoppable. Julian Johnson, though, looks like he is the quarterback today, the junior. Running play, not to Cameron Petaway, but instead to a player I did not see the number of.
16 with the handoff to number
5 yards on the play.
Cameron
Nice
Petaway
play.
taken down by number 5.
And now we're going back to the block kick. As you can see, he got everything good, but number 44, big number 44, who had the tackle for a loss, Christian Jackson earlier, was able just to put his hands up. He was able to get through that line, and he just swatted that ball away right back to James Marshall. He had a great return. And that Farmington Falcons special teams knew that this play could be incremental as they were rushing down the field trying to tackle. Now we're back at the action. Cameron Petaway takes it, he cuts up the field, and he runs for the touchdown. That's a 30-yard touchdown. He got the edge, and he just got right in there. Cameron Petaway for the touchdown from deep. That's a 1-play, 1 touchdown. I told you if Cameron Petaway has a day today, this Farmington Falcons offense will be unstoppable. Just a simple little misdirection with this motion, and then just runs the other way, cuts it outside. He sees there's open field, and there's nothing you can do to stop him, especially with his fast speed. There's nothing you can do. He gets to the 20, and he is home free. Nice little block by James Marshall. He's been all over the place as the kick is bonked up the upright. Kick was not good. Farmington Falcons, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this quarter, go up 6. Blackhawks are going to try to replicate what they did for the first half of that drive and just push the ball down back into the end zone as they get back this ball. Hopefully they'll be able to actually convert. But the Farmington Falcons, they seem like they've been able to figure out the defense, especially with that last series of downs. They were able to get a sack, they were able to get a blocked field goal, and they were able to tackle someone behind the line, putting them into a 1st and 20 trying to get, or 2nd and 20 trying to get into their own end zone. That's hard to do. And the Falcons kick it off. It's the pooch kick again to the same spot. Oh, and that's why they did it, because it got away like that. And he still picks up the ball. I would have let that go out of bounds. And again, I'm just up here, and he turns it up, and he took something that looked like he had been tackled at the 15-yard line. He brings it into a nice gain to the 25. The NFL touchback line. I don't know what it is for high school. I think it's the 20. But in the NFL, that would have been same type of yardage if they would have fair caught it. I believe now in the NFL, if you fair catch it anywhere within the 25 yards of your end zone, if you fair catch it, they bring it back to that touchback spot, one of the new rules for special teams. And really, kickoffs have become a very boring part of the NFL game right now. And again, that's where kickoffs, a lot of injuries happen. screenplay. Quarterback keeps it himself, but he is stopped about 2 yards. Oh, 1 yard, that's where the official's putting him. They tried to do the same thing, put a man in motion, try to misdirect this defense, but they weren't biting. That's what happened on the Cameron Petaway touchdown, is they misdirected the Blackhawks defense, having them go one way. Cameron Petaway went the other way, able to get right into that touchdown, but this Falcon defense did not bite that time. 2 minutes left in the quarter. And they're going for the pass. A little bit of pressure, and it is caught. Gavin Coate got the first, depends on where they put it, got the first down. Diving play for the grab. Beautiful ball, beautiful catch. Moves the change for this Blackhawks offense. Stops the clock as well. There's a good amount of pressure coming in against Kieran Crosley. Pretty good amount of pressure, and he was able to make that throw. Offensive line gave him just enough time for him to connect.
Yeah, I think they messed it up. Following the ball is scary. Oh, quarterback.
Ball's handed off, and after a 5-yard gain, he gets clobbered out of bounds. Jace Reed again on the carry.
And off to number 2, Jace Reed, taken down by number 10.
Jace Reed and Kieran Crosley are mostly the runners of this team, and that's really how they push down the field for the past few drives, is they've just been able to hand the ball off, get them to go, and pick up the first down. So you can see he's just protecting the ball. He's playing safe as he is smacked out of bounds by Jane Van. He's been all over the field today. He's made a few tackles, forced an incompletion. Ball is handed off again, and he is stuffed behind the line again.
2 on the run, Jace Reed taken down
Jace Reed was tackled on the play. Mark White got the tackle on the play. 3rd and about 6 to go. This is time where you need one of those plays that you got during that first drive as the end of the first quarter happens. Farmington Falcons with the first quarter touchdown. Well, of course, it's going to be a first quarter touchdown. But Cameron Petaway with a nice little touchdown on their first offensive snap. On the first offensive snap, a nice little touchdown. After that blocked kick by number 44, Christian Jackson. He's been over the field today. After that black kick returned by James Marshall, put him into a 30 yards away from their end zone after a big drive by the Blackhawks, taking up most of that first quarter, taking up majority of it after a long, methodical, mostly on the ground drive. This game is mostly on the ground. This is something Rich is good at, which I was trying to learn, is just how to banter, because during these quarters, like the end of a quarter to in these timeouts, like he's got to talk for about 2 minutes. He's got to find something to talk about, anything to talk about, and he can do anything. I remember last time I was in here, he was just talking about the moon or something like that. He was talking about East Carolina shouldn't exist because it would be in the water, but we're back on the field, so my job for bantering is done. But they got 6 yards to go on their own 40-yard line. Ball is snapped. Plenty of time in the pocket as he connects. Number 5 for a
11 with the throw,
great
Kieran Crosley.
catch.
To number 5,
Gavin Coate again on the reception. He's been their main receiver this game. Jace Reed on the ground, Gavin Coate in the air, and then Kieran Crosley making it all happen. That's how they've been able to push down this field. It's really been the majority of those two guys. Kieran Coate that time had a good amount of time in the pocket, and that was a beautiful catch, especially with 2 guys right in his vicinity, laying out, grabbing the ball. Second lane out catch this drive. He made that other one earlier in the first quarter. As there's 2 in the backfield. The ball is handed off, but stuffed again.
Number 2 with the attempted run, Jace Reed.
Jace Reed is taken down by Sammy Ramsey. Big guy, went Heard he visited Pittsburgh. Big guy up on that line. As I told you, I played football with him 7th, 8th grade, and he is just a beast. He's just, he could, three guys could be pushing on him, and he just pushes everyone back. He was great on that line that we had for the Rockets. I remember winning one game that season. It was in the mud. It was in the cold, but we were all playing. We were having fun as little kids. They put me on the line, sadly. I wanted to be a tight end. Empty backfield. Snaps a little low, but he recovers. But 22 screaming off the edge. Oh, man, and he just plummeted Kieran Krausley to the ground. That was Antoine Bailey. Incomplete pass. Oh, my God. He just came flying. That offensive line, you're either getting plenty of time or you're going to get none at all. He got smacked to the ground as well. That was a big hit by Antoine Bailey. And there's F7. They're back. They were kicked out of a game a few weeks ago because they wore body paint over there instead of shirts or tank tops like they're doing right now. Today is a Hawaiian Honolulu theme. Tropical. We had about that at North Farmington. A lot of fun. One problem is with those Lele necklace things is that the flowers get all over the place. Number 11's taking it by himself, and he is smacked out of bounds. 44, Christian Jackson's been on the field a lot today.
Number 11,
as they are looking like they will be
pushed out of bounds
keeping their offense out there, trying to get the first down. A little bit out of field goal range for high school, possibly even some college teams may not be able to hit them this far. Blake Nagy comes on the field for Nick. Two in the backfield, two on each side of the line. The ball's been snapped. He's got time again. He finds, connects. Ooh, and he connects with Peyton Parson as he is taken down by Daniel Vuak.
Number 19, Peyton Parson with
he picks up the first down on that fourth
Number
down.
2, Daniel
Brings him the first
Vukai.
time, gives him some light of day as he was clobbered down. As you can see, good catch, just wasn't able to wrap up. Number 6 there, Blake Farmington, but then he is just brought down to the ground. Two extra tight ends on the play. Wonder if they're gonna, maybe 3 extra tight ends as they keep the ball. It's a quarterback keeper. He cuts up. They were ready for it this time as he is brought down.
With the run, Kieran Crossley, taking down by number 2, Daniel Vukai.
By again, Daniel Vukai makes another tackle on the play for a gain of about a yard. They brought those tight ends. They were going to pull that side. But as you can see, they were just blocking the wrong guys, and they were able to wrap them up and make that tackle as there was about 6 white helmets in that area. Able to make the tackle, let him get 2 yards, force him into a 2nd and long. Still extra tight ends on the field going in a heavier set. Only 2 receivers on the side, still 1 in the backfield. They're mostly running with 1 in the backfield the entire day. And it is handed off. Number 2, who breaks a tackle but fumbles the ball. The ball has been fumbled and the Falcons pick up. Jace Reed on the fumble, and it is recovered by the Falcons. That's a tough break for this Blackhawks offense. As you can see, this run is supposed to be good. He got that lane. He's going right up the middle, but then Owen Madison just comes in and swats at the ball. No, that was Daniel Vucek, who we've seen on the first 2 plays. Then Owen Madison's the one who's able to recover the ball on that play. But James Vucek, he absolutely smacked the ball, and he is pumped up, as he should be. This Blackhawk offense just is not able to get a break on their 2 drives, 2 turnovers, giving this Falcons offense, who we've seen can make big yards or big plays when they need it go. As the ball is handed off again, number 4, Cam Madison, as he breaks free, and he breaks a tackle, breaks another one, going up to 20, and he brings himself out of bounds. And they're going to mark him after he gains 20 yards on the play. That was a great one. Broke 2 tackles, Cameron Petaway did.
Number 4 with a carry.
Man, he got a big gain on that one.
Pushed out of bounds by Chris Edwards, number
Chris
21.
Edwards pushes him out of bounds, but he looked like he
Farmington
kind
first
of
down.
walked out of it. He said, I already broke 2 tackles. I don't need to bust through 2 more. That's the Cameron Petaway. I said if you see him today, it's going to be a long game for these Blackhawks. Keeping Cam out there as they should. Snaps the ball, hand it off again, and he breaks another tackle as he gets only about a 6-yard gain as he's been able to be wrapped up.
Cam Petaway.
Cam Petaway on the carry again, brought down by Gavin Coate. The wide receiver for the Blackhawks, who's had great yardage in the air, is able to make the stop. He already breaks the tackle from Evan Baker, and is able just to keep powering his legs forward. Gets a little help from his 2 offensive linemen right there, putting him forward a bit. He's able to get 6 on that play. Ten's in motion. They hand it off to 10. He gets the outside, and he gets the first down after a pickup of 6.
Number 10 with the carry,
Jaden
taken down by Blake Nagy.
Jaden Van was able to make that, turn up the field. Cameron Petaway able to help blocking, saying, Jace Reed, you're blocking. I'm still going to be blocking too when my team's on offense. Blake Nagy on the tackle. I guess they're doing something called the Falcon Tumble right now. That's at least what I heard on the field. That shot was coming from our Ronin camera on the ground, operated. As Cameron Petaway breaks through, he gets another first down, another 11 yards on the play. He's just able to break all the tackles, get through everything, and just get these first downs. They haven't been able to answer him so far. Blake Nagy again on the tackle. Give the ball to him.
First down.
And he just busts through that line. They didn't know what hit him as he is brought down by Blake Nagy. Blake Nagy. Seven minutes left in this quarter. Falcons are up 6, looking to put 7 more on the board. Cameron Petaway with that first touchdown. Cameron Petaway's been explosive on the ground tonight. Bring another motion man, but they're still handing it off to Cam as he picks up 6 yards.
And after number 4, Cam Petaway. Taken down by 55, Aaron Richard Robinson.
Cam a little bit slow to get up. They're going to let the training staff take a look at him. Currently looking at some college football games that are going on right now. Michigan State kicks off at 5 o'clock. We'll be able to catch some of that game. Our second half will be when they start. Michigan State against Washington, the number 8 ranked team. And Washington's expected to win by 16, but it's supposed to be a high offensive game. Michigan State's offense has looked really, really good in the past few days as they are 2-0. Washington's 2-0. That's going to be a great game. They said they moved up the game. They said they moved up this game because of, as Cameron Petaway does get up off the field and he is walking off under his own power. But they said that the reason they're moving up this game is for Rosh Hashanah, place I would be. I'm missing a very good dinner for this. It's gonna be a big pallet of steak, or not steak, of brisket. Then we'll have some salmon, some potatoes, all that. As Cameron Petaway's coming off the sideline, looks like a little injury to his right foot as he comes off. Falcons offense take the field again back on that Rosh Hashanah meal. We're having another one tomorrow though at my house, so at least I'll get a good dinner right there. But I'm still missing that first dinner, which I'm kind of upset about. But earlier today I did get some tacos, very good tacos from this Mexican street food. He just misses the snap. They snapped it way too early as it just goes right on, and number
Fumble
11,
snap
Owen
recovered by
Madison,
number
picks up
11,
another
Owen
fumble.
Madison.
He had the fumble at the other side of the field when the Blackhawks fumbled it, but the Farmington Falcons, just some miscommunication, puts him in a bad spot. Too far away to kick it, but they are 20 yards out from their first down. As you can see, he was just not ready. He puts his hands up in the air like, why are you snapping that ball right now? You can't blame your center, though, because the entire line moved as well. Just a little bit of miscommunication. Oh, and there's Ryan. That's Ryan. That's one of our guys on the Ronin camera. That's a little walk-around camera, as that's an incomplete pass.
Pass intended for number 2.
The first pass is Julian Johnson's thrown today. Supposed to be just a little screen, but even if he did complete that pass, it looked like there was going to be someone right in his face ready to tackle him down. That's 4th down and forever from their own 40-yard line. It looks like they're going to be going for it too. They're going to go. They said that we've stopped this defense this Blackhawks offense twice, and we're going to keep going for it. We're going to see what we can do, see if we can get inside the 20-yard line and maybe get some points on the board. He is punting it himself. The quarterback went back and he punted himself, and that's an amazing punt. Great bounce for him as he brings it down to the 1-yard line. I've never seen a trick play like that.
On the number 1-yard line, number 10, Jaden Van.
Julian Johnson, the quarterback, lined up like he was going to take a snap, like he was going to pass the ball, go for the first down. The defense thought of it too. But then he took 5 steps back, snapped the ball, took it, and just kicked it. A beautiful kick to the 1-yard line.
Farmington Hills, Sarah Ford, Farmington Hills, Stony Brook, Dental.
That was amazing. Caught him off guard clearly, as we can see the replay. That's the quarterback right there, and he just pooch kicks it a little bit. Only went 30 yards, but that's all you need, especially with the bounce he got. Look, there is nobody back for the Blackhawks. That could be ingenious, and now we're back on the Ronin camera as we see the Farmington Falcon marching band. They're going to be putting a show on later. I believe it's some sort of astronaut space theme today, and that's going to be happening during our halftime. And it's caught. The ball is caught. Karen Crosley, back in his own end zone, just lobs up the ball. Richard Frankfurt, who gets a 23-yard gain on the play. Look, he's back in his own end zone. If he takes a step back, he's calling it it's going to be a safety. He just lobs the ball up, says, you know what, you can go one-on-one. I trust you enough. And he comes down with the catch. Beat his man a little bit and said, that's all I need. I'm going to place it right where I need to. Beautiful passes today by Kieran Crosley. Not a lot of them, but they've been amazing. As he takes the snap again, it's going to be another pass. He's roaming out a little bit, and he passes it. He finds an open man. As he jukes a defender, he's up at the 40-yard line as he is spun down. He's not stopping to move his feet, though. He is still going.
Caught by number 8, Nick Whitler.
Nick Whitler on the catch on that one. He gets another
number 21, Trenton Darby.
15-yard gain.
And number 11, Owen
Kieran
Madison.
Crosley's been putting up some beautiful balls so far. Had that one incompletion at the beginning of the first quarter when they were in the 3rd down. I thought that was going to be it for him passing today, especially how this running offense have done. Then again, Farmington may be selling out for the run. They may be saying, we're going to stop this run because that's how they've been beating us so far. So they're saying, okay, I'm going to show you what I can do in the air, make you play honest, make you play that you have to cover us in the air. Jace Reed been good on the ground as they hand it off to him here. He cuts, and he cuts again as he breaks a tackle, and it gets thrown down to the ground by
number 2,
Trenton Darren.
Sorry about that. Jace Reed with the carry.
Trenton Darren takes down Jace Reed as he picks up a 2-yard gain. Looks like this, 1-yard gain. Looks like the pass offense maybe working a little bit better for this Blackhawks right now. But they have 4 minutes to try to score, try to even out the game, see what they can do, see if make this a game. It is a game still. Not the exact offensive showing I expected it to be, but that's okay. F7, their student section, got happy for a second. I don't know why, but the quarterback keeps it, and he runs up the field. He gets 25 yards
Number
on the
11,
play.
Kieran Crossley with a carry, taken down by number
a name
21,
I've been
Trenton
saying
Darden.
all day, taken down by Trenton Darden. Another name I've been saying all day is he just makes his
And
cuts.
number
He's
2,
basically a
Daniel
running back
Bukai.
back there. He can go anywhere. He reminds me of Lamar Jackson, a running back at quarterback, and sometimes lob the ball up too when he wants to. But they're back at their 30-yard line. They haven't been amazing in the red zone, turning it over twice to the Falcons in their red zone. They are hoping they can break that streak right now. Two people in the backfield. Seen this set a few times, and two people to either side as he hands the ball off. And he gets 5 yards.
Number 2, Jace Reed on the carry,
Jace
taken
Reed
down by
on
number
the carry,
53,
taken
Philip
down
Bowden.
by Philip Bowe. At their 25-yard line. So far, not too great from in here. Hoping they can change the tides. Two minutes to go in half. They're probably going to try to keep the ball as long as they can as well. As they give the ball to Jace Reed again, as he is stuffed at the line. He fumbles the ball, but they're going to mark him down. They're going to mark him down after a 2-yard pickup. Taken down by Trenton Darden again. That big linebacker, a junior from
And
Farmington.
number 56, Grady Petrucia.
Brady Petrucia also on the tackle. We'll see when the ball pops out here. He probably lost forward. They're probably saying he lost forward momentum right there. Number 2 punches the ball out. The ball was on the ground, but they're going to say that he lost his forward momentum. Oh, and they jumped early. Everybody jumped early. That's an offsides. That's going to bring them back 5 yards. Basically 3rd and 10 at this point.
Ball spread on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Another 5-yard penalty. It hasn't been, so far, a pretty clean game, except for the fact that there's been a few offsides by the Blackhawks as well as the Falcons, just putting them back yards that they really can't be losing at this point in the game. The F-17 letting them know they cannot do that. One man in the backfield still. 2 people on either sides of the line. Ball snap, pressure in the face already. But that's just a little dump pass to Jace as he takes it, and he takes it for the touchdown. Jace Reed gets the pass from Kieran Crossley as he goes 25 yards into his end zone for the touchdown. Trying to recreate Cameron Petaway's touchdown earlier in the first quarter. They're going to try the kick again. Number 86 out there trying to attempt his kick again. So far, both of the touchdowns today, both of the offensive, as the kick is up, and the kick is no good.
86 for the kick and
Looked
no
like
good.
it was a little left on that. Kick is no good. 6-6. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the second quarter.
Thank you, Big Salad,
Farmington
GLD
Falcons, they're going to get the
Real
ball.
Estate
They'll have
One,
plenty of
and
time to
Niche
try to push up
Therapeutics.
this field, especially with how that offense has been able to produce so far. They're going to have plenty of time, push down the field, try to go up at halftime, especially when they get the ball back at half. A score here basically gives them the momentum and lets them go. There's the F7 again. Pretty good amount of them in the student section. That is one of our PTZ cameras. That's one of the stationary cameras as we switch over to the Ronin that's on the ground.
Hey, I'm over here.
And they're over by the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders are doing some cool flips over there if we can get one in shot. There's flips holding each other up, and I'd be scared if I was up there. And as the ball is kicked off, it is deep to Cam Madison as he turns up the field, and he turns on his burners as he brings it to the 45-yard line as he is tackled out of bounds. Owen Madison, my fault, not Cameron. Owen Madison. There we go, back to the cheerleaders. We're up. But he got an amazing return there, puts the Falcons in great field position. Ball is snapped. Passed off to number 10, who makes the catch. Nice little 2-yard pickup. Jaden Van on the reception.
Number 10, Jaden Van with the catch. Number 6, Blake Nagy with the tackle.
Blake Nagy again on the tackle. Just a little screen pass, probably trying to get him out of bounds, get a little bit of yards on that. Just didn't work out how they wanted to. As there is a timeout, the first one for the last one for the Blackhawks as they take their third timeout of the night. Trying to see if anything's happening in college football right now.
And again, Grand Tavern is the local spot for food and drink. Their late night happy hour can be beat.
Miami won against
$6 wings,
Cookman today,
$8 nachos, and $10
7-48.
Wednesday through Saturday, starting at 9
That was yesterday.
o'clock.
There is no college football on today. That's kind of weird. Something I did see interesting while I was on Twitter is that Detroit, Michigan, and the Detroit area has the most NFL players that have started on a roster in the NFL during kickoff season of any other city in the state or in the country. From Detroit, Michigan, 19 players are on an NFL roster from Detroit. As he, I thought he was about to lob one up, but he just makes a nice little pass for the first down.
Number 16,
to
Julian
Jaden Van, a name we've been hearing all day, Julian Johnson on the reception.
Number 10, Jaden Van with the catch. Number 6,
And the officials are waving their hands as the Falcons take a timeout. Back to what I was saying about Detroit. 19 NFL players are from Detroit. That's the most, with a close second from Bradenton, Florida. It's pretty interesting. You can see here him rolling, the quarterback rolling out, throwing the ball, just getting it right where it needed to be, letting Jane Van come up the field, get that first down, and give the Falcons just keep moving. In NFL talk, the Detroit Lions are looking very good this year. We're looking like we're going to be able to, after the Chiefs game, the Detroit Lions are going to be a top 5 team. Making my take now. The Detroit Lions will be a top 5 team this year. They're going to push, and they're going to be able to make a playoff, and they're at least going to be able to win one playoff game, hopefully. I hope this recording doesn't come bite me in the butt, but that's what's going to happen as there's a motion. 5 gets the ball, and he is spun out of bounds. He is spun out of bounds, which stops the clock, which is good for the Falcons, as Mikey Woods gets the pass.
Taken out of bounds by
it's not even a
6,
pass. It's
Blake
more of like a
Nagy.
jet screen type of thing. Just brought him out. They've been running that motion a lot, just where that wide receiver comes back from that other side, gets the ball, either misdirects the other team. And that's how Cameron Petaway got that first touchdown of the game. 50 seconds left on the clock. Oh, there was some sort of jump on someone. It looked like it was on the Falcons as that moves them back another 5 yards. False start.
False start on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty brings them back into their own 50. You got another 49 seconds to get in that end zone. There's going to be a halftime show coming up. It is going to be featuring some of the people you see on screen now with the color guard. We're going to have the marching band out there. I believe it's going to be a space theme today, or some sort of Star Wars or something like that, as the pass is complete. Jane Van, as he gets popped by Pierce Anthony.
Number 10, Jace Van with the catch. Number 7, Richard
Jason
Frankfurt
Van with the catch. Richard Vanfort, as there is another timeout for the Falcons. That's their second one. That is their second one. Pass is complete, and he is just there. Anthony Pierce is just there, ready to make the tackle, and not letting him get out of bounds. Because if he got out of bounds, then the Falcons can save their timeout, giving them the opportunity to string together a few more plays if they can get this first down here. 3rd down and about 12 to go. Falcons take the field again. They're probably going to be just lobbing the ball up, trying to get somewhere close to at least trying to get a field goal. All 3 kicks today have been no good, blocked, or doinked off an upright. As the snap is taken, plenty of time in the pocket. Plenty of time, but he's trying to be a little shifty, but he is sacked. Tyler Marks with the tackle and the sack, safely putting the Falcons out of field goal range. Safely, I believe they're gonna take this into the half unless they can get one more play off right here, but they got 13 seconds to do it. 10 seconds. Coach is putting his hands up, saying just hold everything. And as they're gonna watch this clock wind down, we are going into half, 6-6. Blackhawks versus the Falcons. What I thought was going to be an offensive showing has turned into a defensive chess game. As there is 0.9 seconds left on the clock. I lied. They're going to use their final timeout here. With a second left, they're going to throw a Hail Mary ball here. Seeing if someone can luck out. A lot of offense, a lot of getting into each other's end zones, but just not able into each other's red zones. So it's about 25 yards away from the end zone. But not being able to make that final push, not being able to get the ball into the end zone and convert. This is a big game for both teams because if whoever wins this game is going to be 500. So that means they've won a game, lost a game in their conference. Next, the Farmington Falcons play Southfield in the conference. The next conference game, both of these guys, this is the second game of a 5-game streak of pure conference play. Ball snapped to Owen Madison. He turns upfield. This little screen, he spins through one, but he is tackled at the 40 after a 10-yard gain. But that's not enough to get into the end zone. The score is going to stay 6-6 going into half. Blackhawks, Falcons.
And at the end of the first half,
keeping this defensive game going.
6 Bloomfield Hills Blackhawks. This evening, the Falcons would like to honor 4 amazing past Falcons. for the 2023 Sports Hall of Fame. Tonight, our inductees include Andrew Anderson, represented tonight by his mom, Shannon. Andrew, class of 05, was an exceptional four-year varsity baseball player, named to the Detroit News All-State Dream Team in 2005. As a center fielder, he finished with a school record batting average of .594 his senior year. He was also twice named All-League and All-District. Andrew went on to play baseball at Adrian College, where his teams won 3 MIAA championships, played in 4 NCAA D3 regional finals, and in the D3 College World Series. His team was inducted into the Adrian College Hall of Fame. Andrew is married, works as a senior analyst for Blue Care Network, and lives in Howell, Michigan. Next up, Erica Rose Alivi. Erica, class of 03, was an outstanding Falcon soccer player from 2000 to 2003. She was a 4-year starter who earned all-state accolades 3 times, including first team in 01 and 02, and Oakland County Dream Team in 02. Her senior year, Erica was captain, MVP, and won the FHS Jack Cotton Woman Athlete of the Year award. She went on to play at Grand Valley State University. As captain her senior year, she helped lead the Lakers to the program's first ever appearance in the Division II National Championship. Erica resides in Northfield, Michigan with her husband and 4 young children, and works in corporate communications for Ally Financial.
Our next nominee, Jill Hoppanimi, class of 08. Her parents, Pat and John, are representing her tonight. She was a highly decorated gymnast from 2004 to 2008, achieving state champion status in both individual and team competition, and was a 3-time team captain. Jill was individual state champion in the uneven bars and floor exercise events, was named All-State 3 separate years, and was a member of 2 state champion gymnastics teams. She was on 2 regional championship teams and was All-Observer 4 times. Importantly, Jill was also named Academic All-State 3 years. Jill currently lives in Australia with her partner Dave and works as a freelance photographer and writer. Our final inductee tonight, Casey Lopata, class of 04, was a 2-sport standout in football and soccer from 2000 to 2003. In football, he was named the 2003 Detroit News All-State Dream Team, while also receiving All-League, Metro North, Observerland, and County Honors. He went on to kick at the University of Michigan, was a 2-year starter, and upon graduation held the Big Ten and school record for most field goals in a game at 5. He also had numerous local and area achievements in soccer and was named All-State second team. Casey is currently pursuing a PhD in kinesiology at Wayne State University and has a business coaching football, kicking, and punting. We would like to invite anyone interested to the Media Center after the game to honor our amazing 2023 Sports Hall of Fame inductees. Let's hear it. The Falcon Marching Band is proud to perform this season's
proud to form this season's competition show entitled Dreamscapes. We intend to transport you to a fantastic, otherworldly place that can only be found in our dreams. Senior drum major Sarah Martinchik and junior drum major Sai Consolino, is your band ready? Our opener at Maja comes to us from the Cirque du Soleil production, Kidam. The music evokes that moment when you are perhaps half awake and half asleep as you drift off. The movement features soloists James Brooke, Riva Desai, and Lexi Ramirez. The band now takes you on a trip down the rabbit hole. Inspired by Alice in Wonderland, this Gracelet composition was made famous by Jefferson Airplane in the psychedelic 60s. We feature our percussion section and guard members Ariana Wolf and Jenna Brown in White Rabbit. Our final movement today comes from the pen of Gustav Holst and his masterwork, The Planets. After the fever dream that was White Rabbit, the band now presents A Moment of Peace and Tranquility, featuring Umber Rangin-Walla and Katie and Sarah Martinchik. This is Venus, Bringer of Peace. Let's hear it for our amazing Falcon Marching Band. band would like to thank all of our boosters, our amazing parents, and everyone who helps make this program special. All right, anyone who bought a 50-50 ticket, we have picked a winner. It is a blue ticket. Blue ticket. Blue ticket number 340261. If you have this ticket, please come up to the booth for your $152 prize. Again, blue ticket 340261. And we have a winner.
Welcome back to Farmington Field. I am back again for second quarter. I haven't been kicked out of the broadcasting booth yet, so I guess I'm doing a decent job. So We are back. Farmington Falcons, 6-6, 30 seconds to go. Going great as can be. What a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful. Temperature is amazing, especially up here in this press box. I'm not too hot, not too cold. It feels amazing. I bet these football players are having the time of their lives too.
And let's hear it for our
6-6, an
Farmington
amazing
Falcons.
game. So I was a little wrong. I'd like to make 2 corrections on my broadcast so far. One is I said Michigan State was playing today. They are in fact not playing today. No college football is played on Fridays because they make room for these high school games. Because why would you want to be watching a college game when you can go watch your son play a high school game? That's also why they don't have NFL, which I kind of realize is that they don't have it Friday, Saturday, because why would you want to watch NFL when you can watch your son, your daughter, your favorite sports team, favorite college or high school play football? I'd also like to make my second correction about the Farmington Marching Band. I said they're doing a space theme. I was wrong. They were doing like a DreamWorks, very cool, like mystic, almost like half asleep, half awake type of not concert, but little spiel, I guess. And another thing cool that I saw before the game kicked off, as they're kicking the ball off right now for the second half, is that they made a Falcon formation doing their fight song at the beginning of the game as the Falcons get the ball, and as he makes a nice move to get up to the 50, he just kept his legs moving. He said,
Number 5 on the return, Mikey Woods, taking down by number 82, Tyler Marks.
And Blaze Farmington did a good job on that play. He just kept his legs moving, he kept turning, and he kept going. And so what I was back at about the marching band is they did a cool thing when they played their fight song. I've never heard Farmington's fight song. I'm from North Farmington. I'm full North Farmington. I hear the fight song maybe once a week when I'm over there doing football stuff. But they do a nice little formation where they make a falcon. It looks like a falcon, a real-life falcon, on the field of all the guys lined up, especially in their blue jersey. Fits the logo very well. Man in motion. Ball is snapped, handed off to the running back, not Cameron Petaway, he's still on the field, but that is Antoine Bailey. Antoine Bailey with the carry. He picks up 4, taking over in Cameron Petaway's shoes. I do not see Cam on the sideline. We'll see what's happening with him. Oh, I do see him on the sideline, but he's still in pain as the ball is just ran right up the middle. I can see Cameron Petaway. He's out of his pads. He's probably not coming back in the game today. But Antoine Bailey is going to be taking over for him, taking over the snaps, and he's doing a fine job so far. Man in motion again. Handed off to that guy in motion. That's the 3rd time they've done it today, but he's cut it up much sooner than he did the past few drives, as he gains 3 out of them. A lot of times they want to set that edge. They want him to go as far out as possible, almost to the numbers and go. But this time they set it up so he busts right through at where the hashes are. The hashes are the little lines on the field. As you can see here, man in motion. They've run that play about 5 times today, each time doing something different. Sometimes they've ran it out far. Sometimes they've cut right back up the middle, giving the running back the ball, have him to go up the middle. And sometimes they've had him just keep going off to the edge. A little bit of early movement, but they didn't call it there. As the guy taking over for Cameron Petaway, Antoine Bailey, takes it down the sideline as he goes for a 40-yard touchdown on the ground. About every single point this game has been scored on the ground. Farmington scores. They're going crazy. F7 is running down. F7, the leaders of the student squad, is running, and he absolutely busted through. And they are not lining up for a kick. They are going for 2. They're going for 2. That puts them up. That's what I was thinking about seeing this entire game. I was thinking of seeing these big runs, big chunk yards. F7 is doing push-ups for every single touchdown they get. I believe that was a North Farmington tradition they stole. Kind of offended as a student section member myself for my first 2 years. I was part of that student section before I joined TV10. So far, after that, I've spent a lot of games up in the stands, or not in the stands, up in the box. And as Antoine Bailey catches another ball, Antoine Bailey made his name known at the beginning of this fight. He said, Cameron Petaway is gone, but you know what? I'm going to come back. I'm going to show him that we don't need it. It's a big, big prop up for that offensive line, saying that anyone can come in, run the ball in that offensive line, and the receivers are going to lay down some good blocks for him, give him a hole, let him shoot up through that hole. And really, that's a big compliment for that line. No kicks today have made it through the uprights. Wonder if Farmington's going to go back to their same pooch kick style like they've been doing for the first 2-3 drives of this game. No, first 2-3 kicks. Yeah, it's been 3 kicks. But this is their 4th one, and we're going to see what's going to happen. I'm doing my math right? Yeah, it's their 2nd. They've done some kicking today out on special teams after they scored points. They've been doing that a few times, and at the beginning of the game when they did. So this is their 3rd kick, and they're going to do another pooch kick again, right up the middle, right to the same guy. He is fair catching it at the 40. He's taking it down at the 39.
Richard Frankfurt with the fair catch.
Richard Frankfurt, I've heard that name a few times. I've said that name a few times today. Fair catches it, says it's not worth risking it. As we can see, there's a good amount of people up there. You see that big press box up there? I am up there. The press boxes are always on this side of the field because the sun always sets behind the press box. So it's not in our eyes. Rich Kincaid was telling me about the guy who's announcing who I'm taking over the place for. At Purdue, they have it on the opposite side of the field. But then that means the sun gets in their eyes during these 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock games. There's no sun today, which is really nice. Nice little overcast. As the ball is handed off, he busts up to the middle. He gets about 6 yards on the ground. Jace Reed, name you've been hearing all night tonight, picks up 6 yards on the ground.
And number 2, Daniel Vukai with the tackle.
Daniel Vukai, another one that you've been hearing a lot of names on, especially on this defensive front. He's been all over the place making tackles, doing what he needs to do in order to get noticed by his coaches, by his other teammates, and just really letting him have fun out there. It's always fun when you're a part of the plays and you're not one of the guys on the other side of the field. The balls ran right up the middle again. They made the same type of little play, just running straight up the middle. He picks up another 7 yards, gets the first down. Jace Reed with another carry. Darius Alexander on the tackle on that one, another linebacker. Darius, a senior, makes the tackle, but they still move the chains. As you see that line just making everyone move. All they have to do is bust up the gut and just keep moving his legs. Jace Reed has done a great job at that today. Sometimes he's getting contact, but he just keeps moving his legs, and he's able to stay up, and he's able to at least fight for another yard or so. That motion man again, they've been motioning all day, both teams, but he is he is taken down behind the line. Brady Prosciutta on the tackle on Gavin Coate. Gavin Coate, a main receiver today for the Blackhawks. We've heard Brady Prosciutta a few times, the junior defensive lineman. You've heard his name a few times, and really he was just able to get through. He was able to just wrap his hands around. He was able to bring him down to the ground. About pulled his jersey off while he was doing it, but still, rather have a guy on the ground making the tackle. 2nd down and about 12 here. Good rush in that. Is a flag that is holding or some sort of pass interference on Jaden Van, one of the main defensive backs out here. Richard Frankfurt, the intended target on the play. There's a flag. We're going to look at the referee with the white cap. There's multiple flags on the play, as I have been informed. Most of this game, I really haven't been spotting names or numbers. I've just been going off of whatever the guy in the PA is saying, because I got a speaker right up on top of me that just tells me everything. I don't know if you guys can hear it through the feed, but I can hear everything when he's saying. You know what? If I can't get the number of a guy, I just get it. And there looks like there are offsetting penalties. They're going to repeat 2nd down. Offsetting penalties. I don't know what the second penalty was, but there's clearly a pass interference. But if it was even something as little as a hold, that really offsets it, and that loses you yards if you just hold it. Because they wouldn't have had that pass interference, even though a pass interference is only 15 yards as they hand the ball off. But it's a little pitch play. It's going back. It's a flea flicker. No one's open. Falcons covered that well, but the quarterback can still run like Lamar Jackson and get to the 40, get some yards back, and the first down. Oh, we got a little bit past the 40. He got way past the 40 to the 45. My eyes are deceiving me. Justin Jackson pushing him out of bounds. See number 2, pitch back to number 5, pitch back to number 11. He was looking for a pass. Farmington was all over it though. They said, we've seen this before. They probably ran this before in film, and they're not falling for it. So the quarterback just had to take off. Kieran Crosley, seen him all day, said his name all day. He's been dropping some beautiful passes and running the ball. Long drive. These Blackhawks have had some long drives today. As number 2 is taken down by number 2, Daniel Vujak.
Down by number 2, Daniel Vukai.
Daniel Vukai takes him down. 1 yard gain half a yard gain on the play. Jace Reed taken down. He's had a great day on the ground today. He's had a touchdown in the second half. As I was saying, these Blackhawks, they've been having these slow, long, methodical drives, pushing it to 2 plays per down, getting just little 5 yards each and every play. But they've only been able to score 1 touchdown off of this, where these Falcons, really both of their scores have came off these big explosive plays, mostly by their running backs. Man in motion again. Drops back the pass, and he misses a sack. He breaks out of 1, but he pitches it to number 2, and he's breaking up the field. But he's going to be popped out of bounds and tackled. Jamar Patterson.
Number 2.
There was about 2 times on that last one as the Blackhawks get a first down that Kieran Crosley could have been sacked. 2 attempts. Christian Jackson on the first attempt, but he was able to slip out. Then the other one, they just held down to the legs and helping him to get down by there, maybe do a little barrel roll on top of him. But he was able to do some smart thinking. So you can see number 44, Christian Jackson, just runs right across him. Then we got number 30, but I don't have on my sheet, who's coming in. He kind of gets him by the legs. It's not really to force him down, but he just pitches the ball off to his running back, and they give it right back to the running back, who is taken down behind the line. Justin Nguyen, the defensive lineman, takes him down behind the line for a 1-yard loss. A 10-yard game followed by a 1-yard loss. Falcons got to be happy about that one. Not happy about the 10-yard game, but happy about that 1-yard loss they just forced. Number 75 with an old-time kind of neck brace thing having on. Pretty cool. I believe there's a few guys on the North Farmington team who are wearing those old-time Texas neck rolls that you see on those old-time linebackers who, like, the only job of those old-time linebackers was just to pop someone in the mouth as the ball is dropped. Intended for Richard Frankfurt. He was open. He had no one around him. But the ball is incomplete. Their second option in the passing game today for Kieran Crosley. Looking at my notes here, today I wrote down some things to say during the dead time when the time was down. What to say, I've been told to do that, but it feels like it's kind of hard to leeway back into it, but it's fine because these plays are going fast. Ball is snapped, and he is rushed fast, but he dumps it off again to his running back, Jace Reed, as he gets 7 yards on the play, bringing him within first down in about inches. That's more than 11 yards. That's about 10 yards right there. That's the second time that's happened today where Kieran Crosley just made a quick thinking play because, you know, he's just pressured right here. I wonder if it was drawn up like that. This little pitch screen like that off to Jace Reed, and he's done that twice where he's basically been wrapped up, taken to the ground, but he's still able to find a way to pitch it out. Kind of reminds me of when the Lions were playing the Chiefs. James Houston wrapped up Patrick Mahomes on his only QB hit of the night, and he was still able to chuck the ball out as they go just a QB sneak right up the middle for the first down. They get it, and they move the chains. Fourth and short, that's all you got to do. You just want those. You just want that first down. You want to be able to get closer to your end zone. You want 4 more plays to try to punch it in. Sammy Ramsey, name you've heard a few times today, making the tackle on the play as they are in 1st and 10, but it's practically a 1st and goal. They have maybe a yard to go after they get that first down. That yard can mean a lot. stuff them at the goal line, they still get 4 more downs and try to punch it in. Blackhawks were in a situation like this before, but then some chain of events happened and they were back another 10 yards. So we're going to see what they're going to be able to do today as they hand the ball off. No, he keeps it again as he pushes up, and he's tripped up on the ground. Owen Madison makes a shoestring tackle on number 11, Kieran Crosley. Number 11, we saw a number 2 hit earlier. Gives him about 6 yards, pushes him closer to the coveted end zone line. All I got to do is get the tip of the ball across that line, and you are in for the touchdown, scoring 6 more points. If they do score, they're probably going to try to go for 2, tie up this game, make it a game. Maybe we'll go over into overtime. My first ever broadcasting appearance. Ball snap a little low, but he passes up. 50-50 ball, and flag on the play. Happened again. Jaden Van, second time. It's probably a pass interference here. He was just covering his guy well.
5, Gavin Coates, penalty on the play.
There is a penalty. Only 1 flag this time. Looking for what the guy in the white hat's going to say. First down. They're going to give him right up against that goal line. No, it's still second down. Still second down. Oh, so it's half the difference.
On the play.
Half the distance between the goal and the end zone. But as you can see, he's just covering his man. He just has his hands up in the air. Number 5 went to the ground. That's enough for the flag. As they hand it off, and he is stuffed at the ground. There may have been a fumble on the play. Waiting for the referees to pull everyone off each other, see who has the ball.
Ball on the play, recovered by
Nope.
number 11.
Number 11 still has the ball, but they do get pushed back a few yards. It is third down. Still got to push 4 more yards into the end zone. I'm suspecting they're going to use all 4 plays on this drive. Why settle for a kick? Kieran Crosley gets his instructions from his coach on how he's going to play this one. Motion man. They keep it to the quarterback. Third time QB sneaking on this little drive, and he is stuffed up after a late hit. That's probably going to be a flag. It is not.
11 with the carry.
The Blackhawks are mad about that.
56, Brady Petrusha.
56 stuffs him up on the play. Brady Petrusha made his name known a few times. Blackhawks are visibly upset about that late hit on the quarterback after the play was stopped dead. He just kept going. But you can't stay mad about that as they are going for it on 4th down. As you can see, he did rip the ball. If the play was still going on, he would have ripped the ball. It would have been the Falcons' ball. But you can see he is not happy about that hit. They probably let it slide because he was just keep driving his legs. He was finishing the play. Nobody in the backfield for the quarterback as he goes back to pass. And he is sacked at the line. Sammy Ramsey helping out on the play as he is sacked, bringing them down. Again in their end zone, they just cannot push through. They cannot get the ball in the end zone. The end zone defense of the Farmington Falcons have been amazing. They've been able to stop the run, something hard to do in the end zone. They just been able to stop the run.
52, Sammy Ramsey.
Sammy Ramsey officially on the play as he just pushes him down to the ground. He's fighting, trying to get those 40, but he is 4 yards short. Man, they just kept QB sneaking. And you know what? Sometime it just had to not work. They you know what? They probably learned. They learned that they can't really do that. Gotta have a quarter. Falcons are going to figure out what they're going to do. They're back in their own end. A sack here is detrimental. Anything more than a 5-yard loss is detrimental as it gives them the Blackhawks 2 points on the safety plus the ball back so they can make another drive. And there was a false start on the play. Something happened on the play. And the referee says false start. They're going to back them up 2 yards.
False start on the offense.
So now a 2-yard loss would be detrimental. a little closer than the 2-yard line. He's back. The quarterback is back. And the ball is snapped low. That's a risky snap, and it's fumbled in the end zone. It is picked up by the Blackhawks. That is a touchdown. Colt, Gavin Colt, a name we've heard a lot on the in the offensive end, catching the ball. He's come up with the defensive fumble recovery in the end zone, giving the Blackhawks 6 points. They're bringing out the offense, going for 2 on the play. Pretty smart decision to do here. Pretty short-lived Farmington Falcon drive, as they were just not able to produce the handoff as they should have been able to. That tie, depending on how this goes, it's going to be a good ball game with another minute 30 left in this quarter and then another quarter left to go. Snap, looking for the pass. He finds his man, pushes, dives for the end zone. He is short. Oh, wow. He is short of the end zone.
Number 17, Anthony Pierce with the catch.
Anthony Pierce with the catch. Dives for the end zone. The ball did not get across that line. The officials are meeting, but nothing will be changing. As we can see, the ball, nice little pass just to the open man. He just was not far enough. He makes a step out, and he dives for it. Oh, the ball was across there, but that could have been after he was already down on the ground. Macy Woods with the stop. Just in time. Man, this is a game of millimeters. I'd like to wish everyone who is celebrating a Rosh Hashanah a very happy Rosh Hashanah and a happy New Year. Don't know what year this is now in the Jewish calendar, but I think it's a pretty big one. But the Falcons are coming back out after a little injured player on the field. But he's off, walked out under his own power. He's now on the field. They're on the sideline walking around, probably just a little cramp right there. But the Blackhawks, after scoring their touchdown, making this a 14-12 game, are looking to try to get another stop on defense. Number 5, Gavin Colt on the kick as he kicks it to number 5, who makes a turn upfield. He makes a cut, and he is free. He's got a lot of grass in front of him. Just one person to beat. He jukes him out, but then there's guys around him trying to get him down.
Number 5, Mikey Woods with the kick return.
Number 5 kicks it to number 5, Mikey Woods. Colt Gavin kicks it to Mikey Woods. Just got a text from my mother. She says it is the Jewish New Year, and it is 5,784. That is the Jewish year that it is. Thank you, Mom. At home watching, I'm assuming, is my dad, my mom, and my dog, Winston. I love that dog, Winston. He is a Portuguese water dog. Wavy hair. He has so much energy. He just always loves to play. Purebred Portuguese water dog as the ball is handed off. Number 22, who breaks it upfield. He jukes out a man, spins out one, but is able to get 10 yards on the ground.
Number 22,
Antoine Bailey.
Number 5, Gavin Cote with the tackle. First down.
And they are currently driving to the Rosh Hashanah dinner that I am missing for this football game. I'm missing a good meal out there. You know, the guys in the broadcast booth back there, they have a bet on how many times I'd be mentioning that I'm missing a very good meal in order to be here. And you know, I'm really, if anyone knows me, I love food and I love eating. So if I'm missing this, if I'm broadcasting instead of eating with family, it's a big one. And then we got another run up the gut. He breaks a tackle. He just keeps his legs moving every single time. Each of these running backs are amazing at when they face a little bit of pressure, a little bit of diversity. Diversity? Is that going to be a roadblock in the road by the name of a Blackhawk or a Falcon? They just keep running. They keep pushing, and that gives them enough time to get someone else behind him, pushing him, and also getting him a few more yards. They're just fighting for yards, something I know these coaches love. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Falcons will try to punch it in, though they have no rush. Score here, with how low scoring this game has been, could very well be it. Another man in motion, the ball is dropped, and he is just brought down in the backfield. Stevenson White on the tackle to Jaden Van. Takes down Jaden Van as there's a 3-yard loss. Lots of troubles on the snaps. The Falcons have had a few botched plays because of the snaps not getting where they needed to be, either by a miscommunication or by them just simply messing up with the ball. 5 seconds left in the half. They're going to let that clock run, and they're going to go back and talk about how they can get 6 more points on the board and really solidify the score.
Hills Blackhawks 12.
And back to what I was saying about a little bit earlier
For something to do after
about
the game. Now playing at the Farmington Civic Theater.
Detroit having the most amount of people in the NFL playing from the opening day roster. Detroit is 10th in the amount of, or not Detroit, Michigan as a state as a whole is 10th on how many guys are actually on an NFL roster, which I find very interesting. Of course, behind the powerhouses of Texas, Florida, Georgia, where football is just massive down there. They got they got stadiums down there bigger than some college stadiums around here just for high school football. It's a key part of their thing. Out of their lives, here in Michigan, it's a key part. It's a part of the high school experience, but you also show up to other events. Not a lot of Birmingham, Bloomfield Hills Blackhawks showing up to support their team, but the ones that are supporting it well. But a good amount of Farmington Falcons here in the student section with their tropical theme. Falcons looking to solidify as they put another man in motion. Oh, he about interfered with that snap as they give it to number 22, Antoine Bailey, who breaks up the seam, and he goes in for the touchdown. Another touchdown for Antoine Bailey, his second one of the night.
Antoine Bailey, touchdown, Farmington
plus
Falcons.
a extra point, so he has
number 15,
14 points for the Falcons today. Antoine Bailey with another touchdown, able to bust right up. That motion's been working amazing. What they're doing is bringing Jalen Van or Mikey Woods or something like that just across, forcing them out of the way, forcing the defense to make a smart decision to make the play. As the kicker lines up, kicks the ball right through the uprights, and it is good.
With the kick, and it's good.
Paulo Roku, sophomore kicker. Only, says on my sheet, he's only a kicker, so probably one of the guys I've been talking about earlier who's a soccer player. That is, the coach just said, hey, could you come out and kick a few balls for us? That's a fourth quarter touchdown. Antoine Bailey scored in the second quarter as well, with an extra point by number 17. The Falcons. And we're going back to the touchdown. You see that motion man. He just runs right up the middle. Great blocking by the offensive line, just making, just parted the seas for him. As number 50 gets that uphill block, and that was the block that solidified it as he just runs into the end zone. Amazing block by Cooper Williams in order to get out there. I believe he was the fullback or a tight end on that play. Just getting out there, pushing him to the side, giving him the lane. There was just, you could see where the offensive lineman just created almost like a wall just to let the running back just go right through. That's got to be massive as your offensive line having your running back score 3 touchdowns on the day plus a 2-point attempt. Ball's kicked out again. They go for a pooch kick again, and the ball is caught, and he breaks a tackle, but he just kind of falls down on the ground.
Number 37, Evan Becker with a return.
Number 37, Evan Becker on the return brings it to the 30. This Blackhawks offense, who's I've said had these long methodical drives, getting into the end zone on almost all their drives. They just need to learn how to they don't need to learn, they just got to figure out how they can punch the ball in. Because what's working in the open field, when the defensive backs have 40 yards behind them they have to cover, is so much different than what they can do when the defensive backs only have 10 yards they got to cover in the end zone. especially when it comes to running the ball, because you can box up your linebackers up there. 6 guys rushing as they hand the ball off for a 1-yard game, practically a no game.
Number 2 on the carry.
Jace Reed again on the carry. He's been on the carry all day today.
Number 30, Mark White. And number 2, Daniel
Number
Bouquet
30, Mark White, makes a tackle on that one. One man in the backfield again. Ready for the pass. Number 5 brings the seam. He is wide open. Pass. That is a touchdown. He had nobody around him. Oh, my God. There was no one within 10 yards of him when that ball was passed. Number 5, Gavin Coate, just is wide open. He catches the ball, and all he's got to do is just finish off the run and make sure that ball is caught. The quarterback didn't even have to hit him in stride. He didn't have to do anything. He was just so wide open. Gavin Coate, that is his 2nd touchdown today, but not a traditional 2nd touchdown, both in the air. He had a fumble recovery at the beginning of the 3rd quarter when the Falcons were on their own 2-yard line. Fumble recovery for a touchdown. They're kicking the ball here. Snap is good, and the kick is up. And it is good.
Number 86 with the
7
kick,
points brings the Falcons brings the Blackhawks, within 2 of them. Gavin.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Community
Coate.
Choice Credit Union. Community Choice Credit Union on 12 Mile Road in Farmington Hills. There for your banking and investment needs. With
that touchdown. Tigers play later today. Tigers had a very weird season this year. They're fighting for. They're practically out of the playoffs at this point. Their games really don't mean anything. But a lot of the season has been getting their core group together. Kerry Carpenter, Parker Meadows, Riley Green, and Spencer Torkelson. They've been on a tear. They've been lighting up this league. I mean, just if they had the second half that they had the entire season, they'd be in different talks right now with how the season's going. But next year, I have high hopes for the Tigers, and hopefully they can make something, especially with a lot of their guys are coming up next year. And a lot of the fans right now are pushing for these younger guys in AAA, AA in order to make the step up, because what harm does it have now if they get some extra MLB reps? Going against good pitching, going against guys that can really throw the ball. And it's an onside kick. It is recovered cleanly, though, by the Falcons. He turns it upfield. Blake Kapanowski. Nice name right there.
On the return.
Reminds me of Mike Wazowski from the movie series of Monsters Inc. and Monsters University. But he recovers it. He tries to make it upfield. Really doesn't get anything, but there is a flag on the play. And the referee still talking it over. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Falcons. That is a first down, but it does move them back 15 yards. Pretty clean game so far. Only a few plays but that really backs them up. That brings them from the 50 down to around the 30. That's a lot of yardage to lose, a lot of yardage to lose for the Falcons, where they want to score another touchdown. They want to keep the streak going. Antoine Bailey so far has 2 touchdowns, 14 points, because he also got that 2-point conversion on the ground. On a pass. Blackhawks are looking for a quick, easy stop, getting a field goal up, getting a touchdown, anything they can do. As the ball is handed off to Antoine Bailey again, as he is tackled behind the line. This game's turning into a good one. Antoine Bailey takes it, and he is tackled behind the line by Nick
Antoine Bailey on the carry, taken down by number 34, Stephon White.
As you can see, he was just wrapped up. I lied. Number 34, Stephon White with the tackle behind the line. That backs him up another 4 yards. Makes this Falcon offense have to work for their first downs. 10 minutes left to go in the game. Falcons with one in the backfield. Hands it off again to Antoine Bailey, who busts up the middle. Is only able to get 5 back, able to get basically where he started back on that old tackle for a loss. Sam, number 32, Sam Dorr on the tackle there. Stopped him. I thought he was going to get some pretty good yardage over there. I saw a big hole down the middle, but really he was able to tackle him down, get him by the strings of his shoes in order to get that tackle. If he would have broke that tackle there, I think he would have been home. Falcons have a big decision to make if they don't make this third down. Do you punt the ball away, trust your defense? They've been doing good so far tonight. Or do you try to go and try to solidify the game? And there is a flag offsides by the Falcons. That backs them up another 5 yards. So the run by Antoine Bailey just before doesn't mean anything because they just get put back right to where they came with losing it down. So, I mean, they basically just lost it down in that little series of plays. But now you know they're passing. Unless they pull the Detroit Lions fake punt running for a touchdown like Dan Campbell tried to do last week. That was such a ballsy play back on his own 20, 4th and inches with the Chiefs up by 7, just running right up the middle. Like, wow. Imagine you don't get that. That game is so much different, and social media would be going crazy. Ball is taken. He scrambles out, but he does give it back to his running back. It was like a fake QB RPO type of thing. Given to the running back, it's
and a handoff
6 yards.
Trenton Darden. Tackled by number 85, Zach Ulai.
Ball was snapped. He's trying to go for a little RPO, trying to run a little bit, but just handed it right off, trying to trick that defense again. That's what these Falcons have been trying to do. They've just been trying to pull some trickery, pull something out of their hats. And it's been working with those little wide receiver motions and screens and all that. It's been working. It's got them a few touchdowns. That Cameron Petaway one was on a motion by Jaden Van. And then it looks like the Falcons are pretty safely going to punt, though the referees are whistling their whistle. They do that a lot, whistle their whistle. And there is a timeout taken by the Blackhawks, trying to reconvene, making sure that everything is right for this punt return. This punt return could be crucial in this game. If they get good blocks, if they're able to push it past their own 50, they'll be able to make this Falcons offense this Falcon defense sweat a little bit more. This Falcon defense knows that after this they have to get a stop. If they can get a stop, the game is so much more in their favor. But they know that they're probably going to be starting in their own 50. They're going to have to defend. And the way that this Blackhawks offense has been able to kind of push down the field and get into the end zone, if just a few things have to go right, and this game is so much different than it was just 2 quarters ago. It still looks like they want to be punting the ball. And they are, in fact, punting the ball. Almost blocked. But there is nobody back for the Falcons as that ball has a very generous – nobody back for the Blackhawks as that ball has a very generous roll for the Falcons.
Jeremiah Cobb with the punt.
Bringing them down to the 27. This Falcon defense has to show that why they are considered
Called
good.
down by number 3, Jamar Peterson.
These Blackhawks fighting for their first win on the season. Everything to fight for here, nothing to lose. It's never a bad day to lose. If anything, it's quite a beautiful day to win. Not a few clouds in the sky, but really nothing looking like it's going to rain. Maybe a little sprinkle, but that's going to be late at night. Everyone's going to be home. You're not going to feel on this Friday night. Maybe, you know what? It's a beautiful temperature out, too. Not too cold, not too hot. I'm not ready for when it gets to winter. I'm having to wear a winter jacket up here. As the ball is handed off to number 2, as he cuts up and is tackled down by Jaden Van. Jace Reed picks up 3 more yards on the ground. Great job on the replay by our cameraman today. As he just jukes out his defender, but is not able to get quite past him. Really didn't have a great lane to do that. Jace Reed, number 2. Big guy on offense for them. Big guy running the ball. Big guy just making sure everything's in order. He's in motion. He gets handed the ball off. He cuts up the side. He gets his lane, and he's up the field after he gains his yards. He gets that first down. He brings it to the 50. Jace Reed, offensive powerhouse for him. Brought down by someone. Just gets that edge. He's got blockers out in front. Number 75, making sure those blocks are good. Number 60, about plowing his guy into the other sideline. As Trenton Darden makes the tackle on the play, pushing him out of bounds. 2 yards short of getting over half field. Midfield. They call it half field or midfield? Or is it like the center line or something like that? Whatever it is, it's that 50-yard line. As the ball is snapped, it's handed right back off. And, ooh, a pancake block, and he fumbles the ball. It is popped up into the hands of Jaden Van, and they've been hearing all day as he's getting pushed forward. He gets 10 yards. He had the ball, and it just popped out right from him. It was almost like he was trying to pass it, and then it was just almost picked off. I wonder if it had been a forward pass at that point. I don't know if he was past the line of scrimmage, but he got the ball, and he just went back another 10 yards. His defense helped push him. As you can see here on the replay, ball is handed off. He gets his lane. He's kind of, and then the ball is just smacked out right to number 10. He already has a guy in his back, though, trying to take him down. But ball just popped right out of his hands. This Blackhawk off defense is going to have to make something happen here. Ball is snapped. Handed off. Antoine Bailey breaks a few tackles, keeps his feet turning, but he only is going to get 4 yards on the play in the grand scheme of things.
Bailey on the carry, taken down by number 32, Sam Dorr.
Number 32, Sandor on the tackle. Made a few tackles earlier in this game. Both of these offenses run through the running game. A lot of high schools run through the running game. If you have a good, dominant running game, if you can get your offensive linemen to be dominant, what we call them are, I forget what we call them at North Farmington, but if you can get those guys to be dominant, to get strong, get in the weight room, and get pushing these guys around, and you got a decent running back who can run the ball behind him, find his right hole, and that's a false start on the running back, Antoine Bailey, right there. He's not allowed to do that. If he's standing up, he can't fall forward, put his arm in the ground. That's going to be a 5-yard loss. But if you can get these strong men in front, just pushing the guys out of the way, making these walls, you are a really good offensive football team. As we can see, especially when you got a good running back like there, right behind there, like Antoine Bailey, Cameron Petaway, just how they're doing it at Farmington. Ball snapped. They hand it back off to Antoine Bailey, who puts his head down and drives for a nice little 7-yard pickup. And that was not Antoine Bailey. That was Trenton Darden, a guy you've heard a lot on defense, but that's the first time I've said his name on offense. Running the ball for the Falcons, just busts right up the middle, able to put his head down, able to keep his feet moving. He's got three guys on him, but it still picks up another 3 yards after the fact. The Bloomfield Hills Blackhawks in their final game of the season on October 20th, as Trenton Darwin keeps the ball stumbling up the field, and he is going to be just short. He's about inches short of this first down line right here. 4th down, about half a yard to go. But as I was saying about these Blackhawks, the Blackhawks played North Farmington High School, the high school I am from, another team in the district of Farmington Public Schools. They will be playing them on October 20th, the final game of the season. For them, at least. Probably the same for North Farmington, October 20th. They'll be playing again. So this is a nice little preview of what you can be able to see here on TV 10 at North Farmington later in the season. Farmington Falcons are playing Southfield next weekend. Playing Southfield next weekend. Everyone's convening, talking about what they want to do. Oh, they're measuring out the sticks right now. Let's see. Oh, he is past it. He is for the first. Oh. Does he have the first down, or does he not have the first down? Put a little. He is. You see what the referee's doing over his hands? He is that close with that referee put down there. You could put a note card in between and see that that wasn't a first down. Southfield doing very well, putting up 29, 20, and 34. Why are they still measuring? They're still measuring even after the fact. Oh, because they're trying to figure out where to put the ball to make sure it's actually fair. Nice to know. But as I was saying about Farmington, next week, they are playing Southfield, who has 3 wins so far over a very good Cass Tech team, a good Clarkston team, and a great Harper Woods team. They play Groves today. We'll see how that score is going. As they play Farmington, and then they also play Bloomfield Hills later on in the season. See what they're going to do here is probably be a little QB sneak. Kind of like what the Eagles, they aren't in a traditional QB sneak formation. As they bring the motion man, he just sneaks forward. He's got that first down. All you got to do is just push forward.
Number 16, Julian
Johnson with the quarterback sneak. Gets tackled by Braden Brodsky.
First down.
As he pushes, and it's a first down, Farmington. Big controversy in the NFL is if what Jalen Hurts does on the Philadelphia Eagles, what they do is they have 2 guys. They have the offensive line, and they have 2 guys behind Jalen Hurts who push him forward to try to get that first down. And a lot of people are saying that's an unstoppable formation. If you get that offensive line, big, strong, one of the top offensive lines in the NFL, and you get Jalen Hurts, a small little guy, and then you get 2 guys just pushing behind him, I mean, you aren't really stopping that as Antoine Bailey gets another touch. He gets about 2 yards on the play.
The carry taken down by number 85 is Zach Ulai.
Zach Ulai on the tackle. About 4 minutes left to go. Falcons are going to try to burn as much clock as possible and then try to get a little score. Again, with the misdirections, they faked handing it off to about 3 different guys right there. But they ended up giving it to their guy, number 22, Antoine Bailey, who just keeps pushing. Ball's at their own 20, is at the Blackhawks 25. As they stay in the same general formation. Ball snapped, handed off to Antoine Bailey, who busts up the middle, gets about to the 20-yard line, where he is stopped short. Antoine Bailey has some explosive runs earlier, 14 points for these Falcons, 14 of their 21. The other one coming away by their other running back, Cameron Petaway, who's standing on the sidelines right now, so that's always great to see. This offensive line has been great for these Falcons, able to get these running backs going, be able to run up the middle. Ball snapped, handed right back off, and he cuts, but he is tackled. If they're going to give him a first down or not, I don't know, but it looks like they're going to keep him at another 4th down and inches again.
Number 22, Antoine Bailey on the carry.
As you can see, Antoine Bailey just goes up, and then he just gets wrapped up by the big defensive lineman, and you ain't getting past one of those guys if they wrap you up. Julian Johnson coming back, getting the play. That's a coach for the Blackhawks, Dan Luria, on the sideline, coaching up his team. Motion man gives it up the middle, and he slips, falls. Are they giving him the first down? They come get it. Blackhawks say that they stopped him, and they did stop him. Blackhawks got 2 minutes and 7 seconds to march up this field, score a touchdown, and turn the game around. A game that's been predominantly Falcons, predominantly predominantly Falcons, predominantly running game and all that, they have a chance in order to bust this game wide open and win the game, get their first win of the season. They've been playing very good football so far. If they can convert in the end zone, they win this game. If they can get to the end zone and then convert in the end zone, they win this game. Without giving the Falcons too much time, of course, to go back and score. It's a very simple game. Ball snapped. Passed up deep. Number 7 had a few touches before. Keeps fighting as he is pushed out of bounds. Trenton Darwin,
Number 7,
another name you've been
Richard
hearing
Frankfurt with the
all
catch.
day on this defense for the Falcons, makes the tackle.
Number
But
21, Trenton Darwin
nope.
with the tackle.
But Richard Frankfurt stops him. First down on their 30. No 2-minute warning in high school football. Something I believe. The 2-minute warning just gives an unfair advantage to the team that's losing. I don't feel like there should ever be a rule that gives an unfair advantage to someone else. As the quarterback pump fakes, he passes it deep, and it is caught. It is caught as they are rolling around fighting for the ball on the ground.
Number 5.
But whatever it is caught by
Gavin
someone.
Cope with the catch.
Gavin Coate with the catch, and they are just blowing their whistles as
Number
Owen
11,
Madison
Owen Madison with the tackle.
tackles as they try to get in. Owen Madison is pleading his case to the referees, but he was pleading his case a little too much as there is a flag on Owen Madison, most likely for unsportsmanlike conduct. That is a big penalty, especially this stage in the game. Wow. Owen Madison pleading his case that he ripped the ball out of number 5's hands, and it looks like he could have, but the referees probably have a better view of that. And the ball is on the 25. Our drive that started off in their territory deep is all the way at their 25 in their own end zone, something they've not been able to do. That referee is blowing his whistle, and there is a timeout taken by the Falcons. Wow, the way this game is turning and the way that this game is moving and the way that this game has been so back and forth this entire game, even though the Falcons have been up the entire time. The way the game, that's just every single play seems like it has so much meaning and so much matter, because at any time this play can change. As you can see here over in the huddle of the Bloomfield Hills Blackhawks, they're talking over strategy, talking over how they can get 25 more yards, getting into that end zone, and ending up ultimately having a chance at winning this game. Getting their first win of the season, going 500 in the Oakland Athletic Association white. That's a handful. Oakland Athletic Association white. I believe there's 4 different types of Oakland Athletic Associations. North Farmington is no longer in the same association as Farmington. That's another reason that we don't have a rivalry game between Farmington and North Farmington. Something that, kind of sucks, especially for my senior year. Falcons look like they're going to absolutely send the house. They do, but it's not enough time, and it's incomplete intended for Richard Frankfurt, a name you've been hearing all day on this wide receiver team.
Number 6,
wide receiver on this Blackhawks team, who happens to be a wide receiver. So I had part of it right. Second down, 10 to go. Not a lot of passing today, especially for this Blackhawks, even though that one touchdown was an absolute bomb of a touchdown. Number 5, Gavin Coate, was just left wide open. Ball snap. A little confusion on what was happening. Number 2, Jace Reed, I don't think he really knew that the ball was coming to him, but it ended up going to him, and he ran for 5 yards, so good for him. A minute 18 left in the quarter. He's kind of standing off. He's like, I don't want it. Oh, it's mine? Okay, I'm going. And he ends up fighting for his yards. Kristen Jackson on the tackle. Third down, 5. Falcons are trying to rile up their crowd. A minute left to go in this game. This is crucial. It's getting loud. You can hear the thunder that they're making by stomping their feet against the bleachers. Ball's back to pass. He throws it, pumps fakes, and he is sacked, but he pitches the ball forward. It's an incomplete pass. Sammy Ramsey, a name you've been hearing on the defensive front all day. Sammy Ramsey gets the sack, but no, it's not a sack. It's an incomplete pass. But this brings up 4th down at their 20. We are going back to the replay of this. As you can see, he just busts through that line. He just absolutely bodies 2 defenders, pushes past, puts up his big arms, trying to swat that ball down, forcing him to make a little pitch like he's done before to his receiver, Jace Reed, but it really hasn't worked. That one didn't work that time. They made 2 pitches earlier in this game, but that one just didn't work. Do or die. They are going to kick it. They're going to kick the ball. They're going to try to tie this game up. 38 seconds left to go as there is a timeout by the Falcons.
Timeout, Farmington Falcons.
I'm willing to bet they are trying to ice the kicker. They are bringing out a new kicker. Number 5, Gavin Coate, who had 2 touchdowns. 16 points for the... No, 12 points. My fault. I can't do math. It's Friday. I'm not trying to think about that. But he had 12 points so far for the Blackhawks, but he's trying to get 3 more, tie the game up, and hopefully force them into overtime on his point of view. I wonder if they're icing the kicker. They're going over strategy, what they're doing. This has to be a lot of pressure for both of these teams. The whole press box is shaking. If you look over at the scoreboard, at the score bug in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see how much this press box is shaking right now. Ball is snapped. They're going for the kick. The kick is up, and it is no good. Far left. The ball that is no good. The Farmington Falcons have the chance to win this game. The kick had the distance. It had the strength. It was high enough. It just could not get through those uprights. A little bit right, and that would have been so much different of a game right now. Not a lot of high school teams you're seeing are going for the kicks. They just don't trust their kicker. I commend the putting trust in your kicker, though, because I feel like that was the right move. It was the right move in order to win the game. But it looks like they have a man. They're just missing a man. But the Falcons, I think, are going to have to get a first down here. I don't think the Blackhawks have used any of their timeouts. So they have to get this first down in order to keep this game alive, though they are just kneeling down the ball, so I must be wrong. That's victory formation. Timeout has not been called.
Number 16, Julian Johnson with the kneel.
And they're going to watch the time tick by as the Blackhawks fall down to the Falcons. Falcons at home win a game. They go 500 in their Oakland Athletic Association whites as the teams are lining up now to say, good job, thank you very much. You had a good game. Nice hit, nice tackle, nice throw. Farmington Falcons win this one. Cam Madison gone in the first quarter. Didn't seem to affect them. Their running game was still very strong with Antoine Bailey putting up 14 points after a Cameron Petaway touchdown. 3 touchdowns, though, for the Blackhawks by Gavin Coate. 2 of them by Gavin Coate, Jace Reed, as the Farmington Falcons go 1-1 in their OAA white. My name has been Adam Notesign. It was a pleasure talking with you guys today. Had a lot of fun doing it. Hopefully I can do this some more. But this is all.
Have a good night.